So, before we start our activity, iset muna natin yung important settings sa AutoCAD. Una, iset natin yung units, and then set din natin yung snap settings, and i-switch on natin ang ortho mode. So, to set the units, i-type nyo lang units, and then dito sa insertion scale, make sure na yung units is in millimeters, and then yung ibang mga parameters sa drawing units set natin to default, then click OK, and then sa snap settings, click natin tong snap cursor to 2D reference point, or you may type O snap or just press F3. Pero kung i-right click nyo yung icon na to, so lalabas ang mga options na to. And then click natin yung endpoint para lalabas yung check mark. Then midpoint, center, node, intersection, extension, and perpendicular. Okay? And then next is switch on natin ng ortho mode. So to switch that on, click natin yung ortho mode icon or just press F8 key. If you left click that one, so lalabas dito sa command line na naka-on na ang ortho mode natin. So we're now ready to draw the rectangle whose dimension corresponds to the paper size. So in this exercise, let us use an A4 size paper, which is ang size is 210 by 297 mm. So let's draw the rectangle. So type rectangle command, and then the first corner point must be the origin of your UCS. So i-type lang natin 0, 0, then space bar. Then yung next corner point natin is kailangan natin i-specify yung dimensions. So dito sa command line, i-type natin yung D para mag-select yung option na dimension. So type D and then space bar. So ang length ng rectangle natin will be 210 mm, and then space bar. Then specify width for rectangle. Ang width naman natin is 297 mm. Then space bar. Okay, and then left click. So if you zoom that out or zoom extents, so ganito ang A4 size paper natin. Gusto natin na yung A4 natin is naka-orient on a landscape. So pwede natin i-rotate yung paper, or actually kanina yung dimensions pwede natin i-type as yung length is 297 mm, yung width naman is 210 mm. Pero since naka-start na tayo na ganito, i-rotate na lang natin. So select the rectangle and then type rotate or RO lang. Then click the origin. Okay, and then move the corner point to the origin, one corner point to the origin, and then zoom extents. So ito na yung paper space natin. Okay, next let us draw the rectangle that represents the extreme boundaries of the semilog graph. So sa ating example, yung sa manual na drawing of a semilog graph, naset na natin yung extreme boundaries ng rectangle to be 240 by 150 mm. So dito sa AutoCAD, we just type rectangle, and then for the corner point, select any point lang, and then same pa rin, type D para ma-select yung dimensions, then space bar. And then yung length natin will be 150 mm, then space bar, and then yung width natin will be 240 mm. Okay, then left click. So ito na yung extreme boundaries. So let's just rotate that one. So type RO, then click that corner point, and then So, ayan siya. And then, i-center natin yung rectangle na to sa ating A4 size paper. So, let's move natin yung midpoint para mag-align siya sa midpoint ng paper. And then, yung isa pang midpoint, yung nasa taas, i-move natin siya para mag-align siya sa midpoint ng paper. In that way, na center na natin yung ating inner na rectangle. Next, explode natin yung inner rectangle para yung lines na nagre-represent ng rectangle na to is parang mahiwa-hiwalay sila. Okay, so let's type explode and then select the inner rectangle, then press spacebar. So, pag i-click nyo yung rectangle, parang nahiwalay na yung 4 lines representing that rectangle. And then next one is mag-draw tayo ng horizontal lines which will correspond the data lines or data points for your y axis. So sa manual drawing natin sa semilog, na-set na natin yung spacing ng horizontal lines to be equal to 15 mm. So dito sa AutoCAD, i-offset lang natin yung line na to, yung pinaka mababang line or pinaka bottom na line to 15 mm. So offset tayo ng 15 mm, then type 15 and then click natin yan siya pataas, and then click na naman itong second line pataas hanggang ma-reach nyo yung nasa yan. Okay, so ito na yung mga horizontal lines na naka-linear scale. Next naman is draw natin yung intermediate vertical lines. So yung intermediate vertical lines is ang spacing niya is 80 mm. So offset tayo ng 80. Offset natin yung pinaka left line papunta dito, and then papunta dyan. Then itong 1 to 3rd line at saka 4th line, ang spacing niya is automatic 80 mm na yan siya. Okay, so if we type zoom then extends, so ito na yung horizontal lines and vertical lines. So next naman is i-draw na natin yung mga intermediate lines that corresponds to the X data points. So sa ating tawag nito previous na activity, yung sa manual, nakita natin na wait lang ha, na ito na yung mga spacing. Okay? So the spacing will be, kung ang number 9, ang space niya or offset distance niya from 1 is 76 mm. Ang number 8, yung offset distance niya is 72, and so on and so forth. So gawin natin to siya sa AutoCAD. Okay? Sige. So for 9 mm, i-offset natin ang line na to the left by a distance of 76 mm. So let's type offset or O, and then offset distance is 76 mm. So click that line and then click anywhere sa left direction ng na-select nyo na line. Okay? And then press escape. So ito na yung line representing number 9. Next naman is for number 8, yung offset distance niya is 72. So offset tayo ng 72 papunta sa left. Then for number 7, offset tayo ng 68 papunta sa left. And then for number 6, ang offset distance is 62. So offset tayo ng 62 papunta sa left. And then for number 5, 56 mm. So offset tayo ng 56. Okay, and then for number 4, 48 mm. Offset tayo ng 48 mm. Oops. Then for number 3, 38 mm ang offset distance. Okay, and then for number 2, 24 mm. Okay, so ito na yung lines representing the X data points. Okay, and then we just have to copy these 8 lines to the second and third cycle. So press Ctrl Shift C and then click the corner point of the inner rectangle and then press Ctrl V, then click the second intermediate line and then press spacebar, then click the third intermediate line. So that's it. You have now the semilog paper, a 3-cycle semilog graph paper fitted in an A4 size paper. So ang next naman na gagawin natin is paano natin siya ipiprint sa PDF. Okay? But before that, i-label muna natin accordingly yung X and Y axis. Okay, so let's type T and then lagay natin sa gitna. So let's type percent passing or baliktad, particle size diameter in mm. Then press enter or just left click anywhere. So masyadong maliit yung text, adjust natin yung text height, select that one and then go to properties and then click nyo tong arrow na south east or yan siya, and then lalabas ang properties na window pane and then sa text height adjust natin. So experiment lang tayo ng value hanggang sa makita natin na mag-fit siya. So try natin ang 0.5. So maliit pa rin. So let's adjust to 1. Maliit pa rin siya. So gawin natin 5. Masyadong malaki. So gawin natin 3. Yan, okay na yan siya. Then adjust lang natin. So okay na yan. And then dito sa y-axis adjust natin, lagay tayo ng label na percent passing. Okay, and then adjust natin yung text height to 3 mm. Okay, and then rotate para yung text is naka-orient na vertical. And then lastly, i-label natin yung mga major lines lang. Okay? So label natin yan to 10 mm. Okay? So masyadong maliit ang 10 mm. So gawin natin yung 3. Then move natin yan to the center. Okay? And then you just have to copy, Control Shift C, click the end point of the first intermediate line and then Control V, paste that to the end point of the second intermediate line. Hindi yata dito. So delete, Control V, dapat dito. Then spacebar dyan, spacebar dito. Then adjust the text or edit the text. Ang 10 gawin natin 1 and then ito siya, double click, gawin natin yung 0.1, then ito naman siya, gawin natin 0.01. Okay, and then ito siya, gawin natin, i-move natin siya sa center. Okay, okay na yan. And then lastly, gawin natin color green yung mga major lines para later mag-thicken yung major lines na yan. Okay? So, zoom extends. So, that's it. So, next, ready na tayo mag-print for gawin nating PDF version itong nagawa natin na semilog graph paper. Okay, so let's close the properties pane and then let's set up muna yung plot manager settings. So click the AutoCAD icon and then click yung print, or i-just i-move nyo lang yung cursor nyo sa print, then lalabas dito yung sub menu nya. So go to page setup, yan siya. Okay, so the page setup manager will pop out and then click modify. So i-modify natin yung setting ng pag-print. So yung plotter natin, piliin natin yung DWG to PDF, and then yung paper size will be A4, ISO A4. Yan siya. Then what to plot, window. So let's select the corner points of the paper size, then click center the plot. Okay, and then sa plot scale, i-uncheck nyo yung fit to paper. Tapos dito sa scale, gawin nyo yung custom, and then 1 mm is equal to 1 unit. Yan siya. And then dito naman sa plot style table pen assignments, let's click monochrome. Then merong lalabas na question, assign this plot style table to all layouts. Click yes, and then click natin tong edit icon. Then lalabas ang plot style table editor. So kanina nagset tayo ng color green. So yung color green lang i-adjust natin. Itong color green, gawin nating, ang line weight niya gawin nating 0.5, or kung ano yung thickness na gusto nyo na i-assign sa isang color, i-adjust na lang dito. Ang red is 0.2, ang yellow is 0.35. So we're only interested sa green kasi green lang ang ginamit natin na color. So ang color is 0.5 mm for green, and then save and close. Okay, then sa shaded viewport options, wag nyo na siyang galawin. Sa drawing orientation, landscape, and then preview natin yung plot natin. So yan siya. So nakita nyo na yung major lines natin na 10.1, 0.1, and 0.01 are thicker than the other lines kasi nga na-set natin yung color niya to green. Okay, and then close, and then click OK, and then close. So we're now ready to plot this one. So just click Control or press Control P. So, and then click OK. Or kung gusto niyo i-adjust ulit, pwede din. So, ang purpose ng pag-set up ng page is hindi tayo mag-ulit-ulit na yung plotter, DWG to PDF, yung paper size, A4, etc. etc. So, ano na siya lahat, naka-set na siya lahat. Okay? The only thing that we will do now is i-recheck natin kung ang ipiprint ba niya is yung window na to. Okay? And then, click preview. So, yan. Okay? And then, click the printer icon. So, plot. And then, save nyo yan siya sa folder kung saan nyo gusto i-save. So, kung gusto nyo siya i-save sa documents, okay, then yung ano niya, yung tawag nito, file name is let's say particle size distribution graph. Okay, then save. Okay, so andito na siya sa ating pag i-view natin yung PDF version. So as you can see, naka PDF na siya and naka drawn to scale na, and ready na siya to print sa ating printer. So that's it. Thank you very much.